Ladies and gentlemen, this is literally one of the greatest, if not the greatest day of Donald Trump's presidency so far. Trump tells the woke judges who are trying to block deportation efforts to go screw themselves. Big Penny Fanny has to pay tens of thousands of dollars in legal fees for breaking the law while illegally going after Trump. Tom Homan makes a total mockery of the fake news media who are trying to question his intelligence when it comes to the legality of mass deportations. On top of all of this, Donald Trump revokes Secret Service protection from the spoiled crackhead child of Joe Biden, that is Hunter Biden, and his sister, Ashley Biden. And on top of all of this, Trump announced that the Kennedy files will all be made public tomorrow by noon. And what are the Democrats doing? They are totally freaking out and threatening violence against Trump and his MAGA supporters. We are going to be looking at all of this and more in this awesome episode. So do me a favor, smash that thumbs up button. Make sure that you are subscribed to the channel and leave me a comment letting me know where you are tuning in from. Let's get right into it. But before we continue, a big shout out and a thank you to the sponsor of today's live, that is VERITY Metals. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a patriot, family-owned gold, silver, and precious metals IRA firm who protect your money through physical, constitutional gold and silver. And they will be more than happy to give you free silver on your next qualifying order when you call or text 480-717-9081. Mention Vlad. This right here, this roll of 21-ounce silver eagles is real money, not that paper backed by nothing. Get you some. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a really good show. Before we move on, first thing I want to show you is this. Big Penny Fanny. She's in trouble. Just in, Fani Willis is ordered to pay big money for intentionally violating open records laws in bogus RICO case against Donald Trump. We're going to be short and simple on this one, and we're going to move on. But here's what's happening. Fulton County DA Fani Willis was ordered to pay $54,000 in attorney fees for intentionally violating open record laws in her bogus RICO case against Trump. On top of that, ladies and gentlemen, the Georgia State Senate is investigating her, and there is a big possibility that she is going to be stripped of all her legal licenses and prosecuted. Amazing. Now watch this. Watch this, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Hunter Biden, you bad guy. Breaking. President Trump, effective immediately, strips Secret Service protection from Ashley and Hunter Biden while Hunter is vacationing in South Africa. And here's what Donald Trump said in his Truth Social. Hunter Biden has had Secret Service protection for an extended period of time, all paid for by the United States taxpayer. Did you know that your tax dollars, ladies and gentlemen, is protecting a crackhead while he's in South Africa? There are as many as 18 people on this detail, which is ridiculous. He is currently vacationing in, of all places, South Africa, where the human rights of people has been strenuously questioned. Because of this, South Africa has been taken off our list of countries receiving economic and financial assistance. Please be advised that effective immediately, Hunter Biden will no longer receive Secret Service protection. Likewise, Ashley Biden, who has 13 agents, will be taken off the list, Trump said on Truth Social. Now, if there's by some miracle a Democrat saying, how can you do this? Here's how. The Constitution and our laws only guarantee that former presidents receive Secret Service protection until the day they pass away, not their crackhead son. And on top of that, fact check me, Joe Biden did the same thing to the Trump family within like days, if not hours, after taking office. So they did the same thing to Donald Trump, to Trump's family. Boom. Now, let's continue. From here, we are going to be jumping onto my Twitter page. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to read you. This is from last night, but this is huge. The pardons, this is what Trump said on Truth Social. The pardons that sleepy Joe Biden gave to the unselect committee of political thugs and many others are hereby declared void, vacant, and of no further force or effect because of the fact that they were done by autopen. In other words, Joe Biden did not sign them, but more importantly, he did not know anything about them. The necessary pardoning documents were not explained to or approved by Biden. He knew nothing about them, and the people that did may have committed a crime. Here's what I find extremely interesting. Trump has been in office just under 2 months. Since the first hours of Joe Biden's presidency, the autopen and the mass pardoning was a big deal. But Trump never said this out front so much, like just straight up said it's BS. But 3 days ago, Trump went to the building of Department of Justice, first president to do in over 35 years. And he actually made a speech. And in his speech, he told Pam Bondi to investigate the autopen scandal, to investigate if it's legal or not. And 3 days after he said that, he's saying this on Truth Social. Amazing, ladies and gentlemen. So what does that tell me? I truly believe that Pam Bondi and her team have discovered something, and it's not good if you're Joe Biden and you got the autopen pardon. Here is Tom Homan absolutely destroying a woke, uneducated reporter.
You say to those who claim you're using a 200-year-old law to circumvent due process?
An old law? It's not as old as the Constitution. We still pay attention to that, don't we?
Boom!
How many more charges do you plan on?
The Enemies Act, right? It's an old law. How can you use such an old law? Tom Homan, the gangster, says, but the Constitution is older. And yet we are still paying attention and trying to live by the Constitution. Well, what are the Democrats, ladies and gentlemen, doing? This is today outside of Congress. Listen to this. I don't know what to say. Just listen.
Get this man out of here now. But if that doesn't happen, and we're not promoting it for 1 second, but if that doesn't happen, there will be violence. Yes. And these people had the opportunity to stop it. And they didn't. Get this.
Did you hear that? She just said if Trump and Elon Musk are not out of office, that there will be violence. And then listen to the crowd's reaction when she says this.
For 1 second. But if that doesn't happen, and we're not
listen to the reaction.
for 1 second. But if that doesn't happen, there will be violence. Yes. And these people.
You hear all the clapping, the yays, the clapping, the cheering. First of all, it's 2025. If you're wearing a face diaper in 2025 and you want to commit violence against my president, tell me when and where. If you're wearing a face diaper, don't threaten people. All right? If you're standing there with a face diaper, protect trans rights. Trust me, you're not scaring anybody. But that's the radical, crazy left. Then I watched this clip today of Tom Homan explaining his position in the Trump administration. Listen.
We made a promise to the American people. The President Trump has made a promise to the American people. We're going to make this country safe again. I wake up every morning loving my job because I work for the greatest president in the history of my life, and we're going to make this country safe again. I'm proud to be a part of this administration. We're not stopping. I don't care what the judges think. I don't care what the left thinks. We're coming.
Boom. Boom. Boom, ladies and gentlemen. Here is Donald Trump earlier today promising to release the Kennedy files.
Tomorrow you have the JFK files. What time will they be released?
Tomorrow afternoon.
Tomorrow afternoon.
Yes. Have you seen what's in the files? Have you read them?
You hear that? Tomorrow by noon. And then this, ladies and gentlemen. Trump posted this today to his Truth Social. April 2nd is Liberation Day for America, because we will start taking back some of the vast wealth that has been taken from us due to the many weak, incompetent, and perhaps even dishonest politicians who have represented us in the past. So, ladies and gentlemen, hold on. Let me see this if the story broke or not. Okay, I don't want to go ahead of myself. So, ladies and gentlemen, in one day, we've witnessed Donald Trump strip the Biden crime family children's security that you and I have been paying for. Imagine this. One crackhead is surrounded by 18 Secret Service agents. How much does a Secret Service agent make? Let's Google that. How much money does a Secret Service agent make per year? Anywhere from 50,000 to 117,000. So the lowest level makes 50 grand a year. Highest level makes 117 a year. Hunter Biden was surrounded by 18 Secret Service agents, while his sister Ashley Biden with another 13. Think about that. And you and I are paying for it. So when one day Trump strips them of their service, then he turns and says Biden's pardons are void and null and mean nothing, absolutely nothing, zero. Then he turns and says, you're getting the Kennedy files tomorrow. Decades later, we're finally getting them. Then Tom Homan destroys a woke, crazed reporter trying to get him with a I gotcha question. And what do we see, ladies and gentlemen? We see woke liberals threatening violence. Remember when Trump said, go peacefully and patriotically, make your voices heard? We heard nothing but, oh, he's inciting violence. But they can literally say if he's not out of office, there will be violence. And then the crowd starts cheering and clapping. And we don't see the lamestream news media come out against it. We don't see any Democratic politicians from Congress, Senate come out against it. Why? Because the left is the party of violence. The left is the party of horror and terror. So here are my, ladies and gentlemen, closing remarks before we end the segment. What are we seeing? We are seeing the Trump agenda move forward. It is going like a train that you cannot stop. The Democrats, they don't know what to do with Trump. So all they can do is threaten. All they can do is scream. All they can do is burn Tesla Cybertrucks and cars at dealerships across this nation. They can threaten violence because they have no more cards to play. While the MAGA agenda is moving forward, while Trump is implementing his promises made, promises kept, secure border, trying to end the war in Ukraine, bring our economy to a booming place like we had before. The Democrats just don't know what to do. This is not the Trump of 2016, 17, 18, 19, and 20. This is not even the Trump from 2021 or 2022. This is a different Trump. This is a Trump that knows they stole the 2020 election from we, the people, and from him. This is the Trump whose home you raided and you disgraced his wife's name by going through her underwear drawer right in front of her and right in front of Barron Trump. This is the Trump that you shot in the face on national television. This is the Trump who never committed a crime in his life, and then you indict him when he's almost 80 years old on a bunch of bogus, made-up charges. And now they don't know how to deal with him. The Trump we had the first time was always arguing with the fake news medias. This one doesn't pay any attention to them. The last guy cared about what people say. This guy only cares what his base thinks and says. And they don't know how to deal with a strong leader that puts America first. They don't know how to deal with a leader that doesn't want endless wars but wants peace and prosperity for all when it's fair for all. They don't know how to act. So what are they going to keep doing? Ladies and gentlemen, the Democrats are going to keep rioting. The Democrats are going to keep burning. The Democrats are going to keep screaming. They're going to keep ripping their hair out on national TV and calling for deadly violence. But what we're going to do is we're not even going to give them the day of time. We're not going to pay attention to them. What we're going to keep doing is making America great again. We're going to keep praying for a president. We're going to keep raising our children. We're going to keep building businesses. We're going to keep enjoying this time and getting ready for whatever comes next. But we're not going to pay attention to their threats. They are not a danger to us. We outnumber them. We outclass them. We outarm them. So the Democrats are in a total free-for-all. On top of that, the Democrat Party is going through a civil war. With the new CR spending bill, the Democrats have no idea what to do. They funded Trump's agenda. Chuck Schumer, who's supposed to be the leader and fight for them, caved. So they don't know what the hell to do. They are a party in disarray. They are a party that is broken. They are a party that is weak. Ladies and gentlemen, and I'm here for the show. With that being said, God bless you guys. I appreciate each and every single one of you. I truly mean that from the bottom of my heart. I hope you have a fantastic evening, fantastic day. Give the video a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed. I'll see you tomorrow on my next live stream. God bless.